Well, that's what she said, and now the Obama administration apparently agrees it will not prosecute through the Department of Justice disgraced IRS Commissioner Lois Lerner for targeting conservative groups, which she did. But what does that mean for conservatives and other cases going forward? And what about Hillary Clinton? Judge Andrew Napolitano joins us right now.
A couple of easy questions.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so for folks who have been in a cave, what did Lois Lerner do wrong?
Lois Lerner decided how to enforce the law against groups based upon their political ideology or her perception of their political ideology.
So did she do it evenly?
No. She made it very, very difficult for conservative and libertarian and conservative Christian groups to get a tax exemption in order to raise tax-free dollars to use to spread their message, a right that every group of every political stripe in the United States has.
And, you know, something like that would help a particular political party in advance of an election, wouldn't it?
It certainly would help the Democrats. And what she did was to drag her feet so long in holding up on the approvals that these groups missed one and in some cases two federal election cycles. And the emails, the ones that the IRS didn't destroy, the ones that it found, showed that there was such an antipathy in the federal government to the Supreme Court's opinion on Citizens United that this was done intentionally on command from the White House in order to attempt to neutralize the effect of Citizens United. Citizens United is a Supreme Court opinion that says any group that wants to can pool its money together and spend it on political activity.
So the Department of Justice is not going to, you know, investigate any further Lois Lerner. They're not going to prosecute her. Is this a political decision?
It comes at the unfortunate, and I'm sorry to use this word, but I must, dark intersection of federal law enforcement and national politics, where occasionally politics trumps law enforcement, because under the Constitution, the president is the chief law enforcement officer of the land. He can choose through his agents in the Justice Department who to prosecute and who not to prosecute.
Well, you know, Judge, and we've covered the Lois Lerner thing since the get-go, and the worry is probably from the White House. You know, if you prosecute her, that we're going to find out about things going between the White House and the IRS, and that would not be helpful to us.
This is the same reason that the Bo Bergdahl case is not going to be tried. Because when the president's fingerprints are on a criminal prosecution, there is no trial because he could be called as a witness.
So here is a $64 billion question.
I know what's coming. Does it have to do with Mrs. Clinton?
Yeah, I mean, if they're not going to go after Lois Lerner, are they going to go after Hillary Clinton with the illegal server?
I think she's in a different category. I think she is so high profile, and her inappropriate behavior is so well known. She's under the scrutiny of the best team that the FBI has. I don't think politics will enter into that picture.
Yeah, but
I honestly believe they will decide whether or not to prosecute her on the basis of the evidence. Then it's up to the White House to decide whether the prosecution can be had.
The chief law enforcement officer for the United States is Barack Obama, and if he has her indicted, the Republican wins.
If the FBI recommends indictment and the White House says no, you'll see resignations from the FBI, and you'll probably see enough information about Mrs. Clinton leaked into the media that it will be just as damaging to her political career as if she had been indicted.
Yeah, but then, you know how the mainstream media works? They'll just say, look, you can say that, but she was never indicted.
The mainstream media can say what they want. I think the FBI was intellectually honest on Lois Lerner, and the White House said no. I think the FBI will be intellectually honest on Mrs. Clinton. Who knows what the White House will do?
All right.